Some chocolate cake of the radio. And please don't swipe us. Please just like us. And do not knock us until you've tried us. Coming at you live from Robcast radio station. Portal directly into your imagination. So turn up the Robcast. Here it goes. Robcast radio. Tell you a bedtime story. Maybe then tuck you in, baby.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, once again, it is motherfucking time for Robcast Live, number 16, coming at you live, uncut and unrated from Spreaker Studios, Spreaker Podcast, and Robcast Radio. So here's Zombie, and here it goes.
Hope y'all are ready. I hope y'all are ready. Because we're doing a little bit of an unconventional thing today. And because, hey, guess what? Since this radio station is at my disposal, it happens to be called Robcast, baby. I can bring you guys programming whenever my heart desires. So there we go. There we have it. Welcome to Robcast Live number 16, where we actually got a chance to sit down and talk to Mr. Rod Williams, a mixed martial artist and all around good man, all around good guy who's shaping young minds and training young people in mixed martial arts. We're there with Team Orr and Roughhouse Fitness. We'll get to that in just a minute, but you guys all know that we all like to start off your show every single time by saying thank you to all of our military. Thank you to the Army. Thank you to the Navy. Thank you to the Air Force. And thank you to the Marines, Semper Fi, for doing what you bad motherfuckers do and to keep our country free. So thank you for your service, past, present, and future. And there's always a postscript to my thank you at the beginning of the show, and that definitely goes out to the boys in blue. Back the badge. Hey, there's nothing wrong with going out there and joining the police academy. If you're a new young person out there getting into the world, we need more police officers. We need more good cops out there. So back the badge. I also like to say thank you to the first responders, to the firefighters, and to the EMTs. Right there with the police guys, whenever everyone else runs away from danger, you all run straight into it, and for that, I give you all respect. So, yeah, we know that we had been talking about always, premise of the show, guys, is to represent Brazoria County and the surrounding areas and the pillars of society, to talk about current events, what's going on, and really, I was talking to a girl the other night, a special one. And I was like, I think the main reason why the Robcast came to light was because I'm sitting there thinking to myself, you're over 40 years old. Yeah, you pretty much got your head on your shoulders correctly now, but it took a little while to get it that way. And if I could go back and say to my younger self, if I could just shake myself around and maybe, or even like my son, maybe I could tell my son these stories and he could tell my grandson these stories, and it will prevent that quote-unquote younger me or future generations from having to suffer some of the hardships that I did the hard way. So maybe just listen to our advice, guys. So we can't really go back and talk to ourselves back then. But what we can do is we can continue to represent Brazoria County in a positive light and to try to contribute something to the community positively. And speaking of contributing something positive to the community, without further ado, guys, rock and roll, I'm going to bring you all. I just got off the phone with Mr. Rod Williams, who mad respect, as you know, we've been following. He had his first cage fight the other week there at the, oh goodness. I had the name of it all in the event, everything in my head, and I just lost it. I don't have it written down, but anyway, you can go back to my other shows, you listen to it, we were following him, and that I wanted to be there. But you can't always be where you want to be when you need to be there, so I definitely let the man know that I was there with him in spirit. And not only that, that we've covered the show all the way since uh, Rod's inspirational coach, Mr. Danny Orr. Mad respect, Mr. Danny Orr, since he started getting into the ring. So since we've had the show, we've covered these guys. We've let you guys know that you should, if you want to get your MMA on. And I have been sending you all to the wrong spot, but we'll get into that right now. So guys, here we go. Here, my friend, is, just what you're waiting for. What I promised you all, Mr. Rod Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we're here live, uncut and unrated with Mr. Rod Williams, who happens to represent Roughhouse Fitness in beautiful West Columbia, Texas. So, Rod. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
You still with me? Rod, I just wanted to say, man, congratulations on getting into the cage the other week, my friend. And what a tremendous amount of wherewithal that it takes. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to let you get that behind you as far as all of that adrenaline, get back to your norm, because I know you're training hard and heavy before that fight. And I just wanted to, any young people out there that decide that they want to get into a little MMA, how can they go about doing that, and how do they get in contact with you guys?
Okay, well, we're Roughhouse Fitness and MMA, and it's owned by Lacey Orr and Danny Orr. And we're actually in Missouri now. We moved from the West Columbia location. We right off FM 521 in the old McCoy's building in Missouri.
Really?
And, so we needed a bigger space, so we moved there around last year sometime. But, we pretty much train 5 days a week. We have MMA Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 6:30 to around 8:30. Right. We have boot camp that Lacey does. She does an awesome job with that. She does pretty much. We get our cardio and strength and conditioning in the boot camp. We do that in the MMA also, but with Lacey's boot camp, it's an hour just straight strength and conditioning. And so that's Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6:30 to around 8 o'clock. And she also has classes throughout the day too that she does. So if anyone is interested in getting in MMA, we take them as young as I want to say 12. I think we take them as young as 12. They can start training. Depends on
all the way up to 100.
Yeah, all the way up to 100. Yes, sir. We sure do. We have Mr. Wayne Stewart that owns Stewart's Grocery. He's in his 50s. He trains with us and everything. So we got all ages and all shapes and sizes.
Well, see, that's what I was saying, man. I'm over 40 years old, Rod, and just maybe a few months ago, you guys just seeing what you guys were doing inspired me to at least, buy another heavy bag in my life and fill it up and some MMA gloves and at least start punching.
Hey, that's a start. You got to start somewhere, and as long as you move and doing something, it's definitely beneficial to your health and fitness.
Now, I know advice for young people that want to get into MMA. Is there any kind of type of character? Do you have to be just an all-around badass street fighter to be a mixed martial artist? Or can you, go to church and stuff and still do MMA? That's what I'm seeing all around. I'm seeing people like Van Sant. We've got Paige Van Sant, Rod, and if you saw her on the street, you know what I'm saying? She's like, just a pretty little blonde girl. But guess what? Don't try to damn wait out in her car, you know what I'm saying, and abduct her. I'd pay to see that happen. You know what I mean? But yeah, I've seen all different kinds of people getting into mixed martial arts and getting into
combat sports.
Combat sports in general. And do you guys whenever you do your mixed martial arts, as far as what kind of hands techniques, what kind of do y'all do a lot of ground? Do y'all do a lot of
Muay Thai, or are you more like
Muay Thai, Taekwondo,
I don't know.
Jiu-Jitsu.
Explain to me a little. If I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna get started training, what's a day of training gonna be? What's the first day gonna be, and then like what's the fourth week gonna be?
Well, we do a variety of different fighting styles. We do kickboxing, we do jiu-jitsu, we boxing. So we mix it up. You can be a beginner or you can be an experienced person, and we teach fundamentals of kicking and punching and proper techniques and all that. So we try to start the beginners off with a good base, and everybody goes through, a good base, good foundation to get them started off with proper way to throw a punch, proper way to throw a kick, and then, we get into the grappling part of it, the jiu-jitsu part of it, and build them a good foundation from there, how to get out of certain holes and how to put people in certain holes and just go from there. And kickboxing, of course, Danny, he's the pro MMA fighter, which, I've trained under him. He's a black belt in Taekwondo, and of course he's got four amateur title belts as an amateur in MMA, and he's 3-1 as a professional. So he brings a lot of cage experience and a lot of different things to the mix that we work on a daily basis. And we mix it up. We might concentrate on boxing. Depends on if we got fights going on or Danny's training for a fight or I'm training for a fight. We do everything. But when we're not training for a fight, we give everybody a mixture of everything so they can learn. Like I said, it's mixed martial arts, so we go through it all.
I guess it depends on the skill set and also the different things that the person already knows, and also how they adapt to that. It also probably has to do with who you're going up against. You know what I mean? As to how you train has something to do with that too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? If you're going up against a striker, you're going up against somebody that's going to immediately take you down on the ground, your grappling skills better be on cue, huh?
Yeah, definitely, for sure on that. So that's why we try to be real well-rounded to where we're going to teach you how to stand up and strike, and if it goes down to the ground, how to handle the stuff on the ground. So definitely teach everyone to be well-rounded on.
And what I really I respect and I really like about the misconception of, and it's actually not even a misconception anymore, that in order to be a fighter that you have to kind of have a bad attitude, or that it represents some sort of a bad stigma attached to it. And I think that's all gone by the wayside, man, in the past couple of years, and it's been actually pretty cool.
Actually, that's totally opposite. I mean, we rather have, humble people with a good attitude, good positive attitude, because, I mean, the way me and Danny train, we're not, people think they walk in and they just get beat up. And from everybody that walks in the door, they won't learn nothing.
You really it's about you beating yourself up, really, isn't it? It's about getting you to be at your highest skill level that you can be at.
And that's the only person you're really competing against is yourself.
And I come from a kung fu background, and that's where, what I mean? It's really a spiritual thing, Rod, if you ask me. Getting your body in shape, your mind and your spirit in shape.
Yeah, it's definitely that. And you had asked a question earlier about, being Christian or whatever and getting in MMA. There's a lot of Christians. Sage Northcutt, that guy, he's an awesome MMA fighter from Houston. And that family, that's a good family, man. They real Christian. And, actually I came out, my walk-off song was the same song he comes out to, with the Awesome God remix. And,
right.
It's just an all-around Houston MMA community, just an all-around good community. Everybody, you go in there and fight, you compete against each other, and afterwards you shaking hands, hanging out together, talking, and most of the time you become friends. You never knew the guy before. You go in there and fight, you gain mutual respect for each other, and then afterwards you're friends. I mean, it's like you said, it's a spiritual thing, and it's definitely a positive deal. It's definitely positive. A lot of people